Hello everyone, welcome to the Story Nook. Today we are going to read more of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This copy is illustrated by Hugh Thompson. And if I recall... Gotta wait for the page to load. What page does chapter 2 start on here? Should have grabbed that earlier. Waiting for things to load. Yep, here we are. Because we left off with the Bennet couple sitting here. Our next one, we have this beautiful illustration. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ladies and a gentleman. And it says, I hope Mr. Bingley will like it. In this illustration from 1894 by George Allen. Because we are starting on chapter 2. So go ahead and grab your tea, your cocoa, your water, your coffee, your liquor, whatever it is you're drinking as we read through Jane Austen today. I have root beer from the restaurant called Sonic. We drove past it as we were leaving the grocery store. My husband wanted a burger. I'm like, they have chili dogs. Let's go. And he got a root beer. The lemonade was not to my taste today. It just was not a fan. But here we go. Chapter 2. Have I mentioned how much I love the illustrated manuscripts where we have this beautiful illustrated leather and then the text? I love that shit. I remember in college designing some. It was so fun. Or Bennet was among the earliest of those who waited on Mr. Bingley. That's his wife. Oh no, that's Mr. It's an M. I read it as an O, but no, that's an M. Mr. Bennet was among the earliest of those who waited on Mr. Bingley, because his wife nagged him terribly in chapter 1. Please refer to the video that came out before this one. If you're in the live stream, hello, this live stream will be made private afterwards. He had always intended to visit him, though to the last always assuring his wife that he should not go. Until the evening after the visit was paid, she had no knowledge of it. It was then disclosed in the following manner. Observing his second daughter, employed in trimming a hat, he suddenly addressed her with, I hope Mr. Bingley will like it, Lizzie. We are not in a way to know what Mr. Bingley likes, said her mother resentfully, since we are not to visit. But you forget, Mamma, said Elizabeth, that we shall meet him at the assemblies, and that Mrs. Long has promised to introduce him. I do not believe Mrs. Long will do any such thing. She has 2 nieces of her own. She is selfish, hypocritical. She is a selfish, hypocritical woman, and I have no opinion of her. It sounds like you have an opinion. You have no pleasant opinion of her. No more have I, said Mr. Bennet, and I am glad to find that you do not depend on her serving you. Mrs. Bennet deigned not to make any reply, but, unable to contain herself, began scolding one of her daughters. Don't keep coughing so, Kitty. For heaven's sake, have a little compassion on my nerves. You tear them to pieces. Kitty has no discretion in her cough, said her father. She times them ill. I do not cough for my own amusement, replied Kitty fretfully. When is your next ball to be, Lizzie? Tomorrow fortnight. Aye, so it is, cried her mother, and Mrs. Long does not come back till the day before. So it will be impossible for her to introduce him, for she will not know him herself. Then, my dear, you may have the advantage of your friend and introduce Mr. Bingley to her. Impossible, Mr. Bennet. Impossible. When am I not acquainted with him? When I am not acquainted with him myself? How can you be so teasing? I honor your circumspection. Circumspection? Circumspection. That's the word that's there. A fortnight's acquaintance is certainly very little. One cannot know what a man really is by the end of a fortnight. But if we do not venture, and somebody else will, and after all, Mrs. Long and her nieces must stand their chance, and therefore, as she will think it an act of kindness, if you decline the office, I will take it on myself. The girls stared at their father. Mrs. Bennet said only, "Nonsense, nonsense!" What can be the meaning of that impathetic exclamation? cried he. Do you consider the forms of introduction, and the stress that is laid on them, as nonsense? I cannot quite agree with you there. What say you, Mary? For you are a young lady of deep reflection. I know, and read great books, and make extracts. Mary wished to say something very sensible, but knew not how. While Mary is adjusting her ideas, he continued, let us return to Mr. Bingley. I am sick of Mr. Bingley, cried his wife. I am sorry to hear that, but why did you not tell me so before? If I had known as much this morning, I certainly would not have called on him. It is very unlucky, but as I have actually paid the visit, we cannot escape the acquaintance now. The astonishment of the ladies was just what he wished, that of Mrs. Bennet perhaps surpassing the rest. Though when the first tumult of joy was over, she began to declare that it was what she had expected all the while. How good it was in you, my dear Mr. Bennet! But I knew I should persuade you at last. I was sure you loved your girls too well to neglect such an acquaintance. Well, how pleased I am! And it is such a good joke, too, that you should have gone this morning and never said a word about it till now. Now, Kitty, you may cough as much as you choose, said Mr. Bennet, and as he spoke he left the room, fatigued with the raptures of his wife. He has a wife that likes to chit-chat. Yeah, my husband also likes to chit-chat. That's a good thing I don't talk more than him. I don't think he could handle it. My nephew talks more than my husband, and it drives him insane. What an excellent father you have, girls, said she when the door was shut. I do not know how you will ever make him amends for his kindness, or me either, for that matter. At our time of life it is not so pleasant, I can tell you, to be making new acquaintances every day. But for your sakes we would do anything. Lydia, my love, though you are the youngest, I dare say, Mr. Bingley will dance with you at the next ball. Oh, said Lydia stoutly, I am not afraid, for though I am the youngest, I am the tallest. Yea, Lydia. The rest of the evening was spent in conjecturing how soon he would return Mr. Bennet's visit, and determining when they should ask him to dinner. I'm the tallest, so this one is Lydia. One of you is Mary, and then you have Elizabeth, and Kitty. Kitty coughs. So we have 3 of the girls, and this one, because she's the tallest, must be Lydia. And so yeah, this one is Lydia. And then that is chapter 3. So I'm gonna pause my recording, and we'll read chapter 3 later, because what's up next? So thank you all for being here as we read chapter 2 of Pride and Prejudice. Where is that list that I need? We're gonna continue reading in the live stream. This is just for the recording. So thank you everyone for being here. Let's go ahead and thank the Patreon Ko-fi supporters. Tweety Cakes, Kaleidoscope Chick, Axel115 Full, Cassie G, Janice DS, Axel Alcaraz, Pizza Nene, Semi Random Sevens, and Micah. You're all wonderful and fantastic. Thank you very much. Remember, if you support me on Patreon, you get to see my artwork earlier. Any commissions that you give me on Ko-fi, your name will forever be read in the credits. So thank you so much for that. And remember to stay hydrated, all that good jazz. By the time this video goes live on YouTube, not the live stream, I should possibly have more acrylic charms and stuff that I will have been posting on my socials. And I'm also will be preparing for Sonic Expo. So if you want to meet me in person, I'll have some of my artwork printed at Sonic Expo, and I'll be in a Pirate Tales cosplay with my husband for at least one day. I don't know what day that will be, but I will be at Sonic Expo, and I look forward to meeting any of you if you're there. I should have some of my artwork posted on postcards. So yeah. Have a great day. Bye bye.